It's just getting frustrating because we're in northern Colorado, which is very protective of small and local businesses. All of these nutrition clubs, they don't come up and say they're from Herbalife. It's all based in secrecy. They make themselves sound like, hey, we too are local small businesses.
Hey, hot girl, what's up? How are you guys doing today? My name is Margaret Angel. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I am more than happy to have you here. On this channel, I am unapologetically myself, and I like to dissect scams and talk a lot of shit. So today we're going to be talking about this new craze that's been going on. My friend, I don't know if she wants me to say her name, we're gonna call her B. Let's call her B Nasty, you know. Make her mad at me. So my friend B Nasty, she hit me up through DMs and she really likes these loaded teas. She gets them pretty frequently. She says they're really good, but she understands that an MLM is behind these loaded teas. So I decided to do a little digging because I haven't seen a lot of research on this, and what I found was
The ghetto.
I mean, it is amazing how we've marginalized not only online media with multi-level marketing, but now it's in the forefront. I mean, you've seen infrequently like Avon stores and everything, but you've never seen anything quite like this because it's staged to be something that it's not. So if this topic interests you, I would love it if you stuck around. Maybe hit the subscribe button, like the video. Let's get into it. All right, so for the past 5 years, I've been seeing these things pop up, okay? They're called nutrition clubs.
Bruh.
Now, when I hear nutrition club, I think bougie, right? I think of old people sitting around drinking tea, talking shit. I don't know, girl, it just sounds affluent. But any new gimmick is gonna have a lot of hype. Any new thing out there is gonna be like, I wonder what's that. I'll give you an example. In my area, when I was a freshman, we had a Dairy Queen pop up. And when I tell you, the cops had to be there to literally usher people around as far as driving at Dairy Queen because it was just jam-packed with traffic. Now, granted, where you're from, probably like,
People were really doing that for Dairy Queen?
well, down here we didn't have that. So whenever you have something new, it's going to attract a lot of people until the buzz dies down. So again, my question, right? What is a nutrition club? A nutrition club is a physical storefront that is either owned and or managed by an Herbalife distributor where they sell shakes, loaded teas, snacks, things like that. Oh, and sell you a dream, basically, that you could actually make money in Herbalife.
God damn it, Barb!
Now, like I said, this is a new gimmick. This is something interesting a lot of people have been embarking on. So with that, you see these nutrition clubs pop up everywhere. And according to a lot of these owners, they're doing well. So listen to this. Adam Martin and his wife, Katie, have clubs in 6 states. Aside from their Colorado locations, most of their shops are in the South, including Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana. I don't know where they own in Louisiana, but Louisiana has nutrition shops pretty much in every big metropolitan area out here now. That's what we do, said Martin. We open nutrition clubs and have helped other families that want to start a small business open them as well. Alright. So listen, he had me in the first half. He had me in the first half. But when you talk about small business, you have to be very fragile with that. If you're opening up basically a subsidiary for Herbalife, that is not a small business. Herbalife is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. It's dicey because the distributors may own and operate the shops, but they're parented by Herbalife. So let's get into that parent relationship. So according to Herbalife,
Which is obviously a very credible source.
so Herbalife states in its online rule books that nutrition clubs are not franchises, restaurants, food service establishments, or retail stores. Many in this particular county that I got this article from list themselves as smoothie shops. So look up the local nutrition bar in your neighborhood. What do they advertise as? Because the ones around me advertise as juice bars and smoothie shops. So this is actually very true. But look, and this is just me being myself, I have never in my life, with a smoothie, yeah, but never in my life have I ever been like, God damn it, I wish I could have a juice. I wish I could find a juice in this motherfucker. But again, this is just me being cynical, but my cynicalness is nothing compared to what I'm about to show you. Listen to this. Clubs cannot post prices, otherwise they would be considered a food establishment. Owners must charge a membership fee, which often covers 2 drinks and the overhead. Locations are not supposed to have open or closed signs visible from the exterior. So you cannot, look, again, and this is according to Herbalife, you can't even have an open and closed sign in front, because I guess that gives off open for business. But why would that matter? Like, I'm asking you, why would that matter? That doesn't even make sense to me. Herbalife also says products in club interiors cannot be visible from the exterior. Windows should be covered to prevent people from looking inside. Now that's interesting. I always wondered that. The one that's by my house is blacked out. It's completely blacked out. And before me realizing it was Herbalife, I didn't know if it was like some secret club. I didn't know if it was something where I had to, you know, it was like a Mason thing, get my ass beat to be a part of it. I had no idea what it was. So I just assumed it was blacked out for whatever reason. But I would not go to any establishment that is retail or business, even though they claim that they're not, that would have it to where I could not see what was going on from the outside, because I don't know what I'm walking into. Very, very strange marketing there. Or is it? Distributors are allowed to sell products, despite Herbalife saying in the same document that these clubs are not retail stores. So they can sell their products, but they're not retail stores. Some states have state tax, some don't. But down here, if you sell anything, you have to meet your tax bracket with that, right? So you have to add on that percentage with what you sold. Therefore, it would be a retail store, because you would have to pay taxes on those products, or the local parish tax on those products, depending on what parish you're in. I'm in Louisiana, we say parish, not county. I, for my business, do not have to add tax, because you do not tax cosmetic services. But when there are products involved, you are a retail store, whether Herbalife wants to admit that or not. Clubs cannot advertise on television or radio, instead of relying on social media marketing. They promote their locations with colorful drinks, topping, and drizzles, and use clear cups with their own logos. Herbalife branding is not allowed. Two parts with this. So let's start off with the first part. You can't advertise on the television or radio. You have to rely on social media marketing. None of these places have a website. None of these places have a website. I was looking at the one that was by my house, and they just have a Facebook page, and nothing says Herbalife. Nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, you actually have to operate like this in secrecy per Herbalife, and you can't even claim them, or they don't claim you, because they don't want the brunt end. They don't want the hit. There's so much I want to say about this. But that is just so incredibly unethical to me. If you have Herbalife products in there, why can't you put Herbalife products sold here? You know it would make your retail store, which could adjust the tax bracket, which could make Herbalife look like something that it's not, because Herbalife doesn't promote that way. Herbalife promotes independent contractors, but they don't promote the retail market. And I wonder why that is. I don't know any reputable businesses that would go through so many loopholes. Okay, let's say you would want to open a business. Imagine you can't advertise. Imagine you can't even have a website. Imagine you can have an open close sign, black out your windows, or, you know, make it non-visible to the public. What kind of business is that? And when people question you, what would you say? There's so many loopholes with this. Why would you want that? You know what I'm saying? How come customers don't question that when they go in these places? That makes no sense to me. Maybe some places have it visible, I'm not sure, but per Herbalife guidelines, they're not supposed to do that. How does this not look fishy? I guess is my question. Okay, is there a fishy tea? Is there a fishy fucking look? It's amazing how these people have cornered the market. You almost gotta give them a round of applause. No. That's a scam. Like, how does this not look weird to anybody else? So get this, people are opening up these shops, doing a lot of things under the table, allegedly. And let's talk about the product itself. Homegirl, the product is trash. The product is trash. The nutrition is not nutritious. I'll be sure to link all my sources down below, but we'll get to dietetics and why that matters too. Now, there have been incidents of liver damage, hepatitis, and liver failure with some people that have used Herbalife products. These cases date back to the early 2000s. I want to make something clear though, before Herbalife wants to jump on me. This is not the majority. The majority of people, I firmly believe, do not have liver failure, because if that was the case, Herbalife would have been shut down. Unless they're really good with finding a loophole for that too. So I'm not saying it's the majority, but it matters because people got really sick. I don't give a damn if it's one person that gets sick. If it's one person that has an adverse reaction, it's important to talk about it. Like with Johnson & Johnson with that vaccine, how only a few people got blood clots, but then they were quick to do something about it. Every single person that's affected by something, especially something that is promoted to make you think you have health and wellness in check, every single consumer with that matters. It's important to bring up the fact that there are cases that have shown that some people have had some serious organ damage with these products, according to these cases. So there was a study done by the World Journal of Hepatology that an array of supplements, including Herbalife, were probable causes of liver damage among a finite group of patients. It could have been that an active ingredient, from flavor enhancers to heavy metals and pesticides. We don't know where this link came from. We know people had afflictions, but we cannot pinpoint what exactly in the products caused, or even which product caused that person to have that affliction, which to me is kind of scary, if I'm being honest. If I hear a case like that, I would want to know at least what product to avoid. If I'm somebody where my liver enzymes may be a little elevated, I would want to know what to avoid. That's just me. Now to me, okay, me to you, I think it would be actually better if it was a government funded study that would actually look into Herbalife, look into the products, look into the QA, the quality, look into all of that, and then actually give a concise decision.
I would like to see that.
Now, to all these claims, Herbalife obviously said, fuck off, sis. To date, Herbalife has refused to provide detailed analyses of their products, composition, and ingredients, the report states. This contamination hypothesis could also explain the different patterns of pathology seen on liver biopsy specimens previously observed with patients that had hepatotoxicity from Herbalife products, as both predominantly cholestatic injury pattern and acute hepatitis pattern have been reported. Our patients had findings consistent with acute hepatitis due to drug-induced liver injury. So Herbalife has said, they've stated they refuse to give a detailed analysis about their products, about the active ingredients. You read the list, you make an informed decision. I don't know. As consumers, I think you have the right to know everything that's in a product. I truly do believe that. But no company, even with GMOs and stuff, you're not going to know anything about genetically modified crap that they put in our food. You know what I'm saying? Because if we knew the truth, damn near everybody would be out of business. We'd be too scared to eat anywhere. I mean, I don't know. I guess you have the right to speak when you have an attorney present. You know, it's kind of one of those things. It's disgusting, if I may say, because I do think that they're hiding something. Not even just with these products, but also with these stores. But again, that's me. But we love accountability over here. We love accountability, even if it's trash. Now, it is important to note that Herbalife is not FDA approved. But here's the thing, before anyone jumps on me, no supplement brand is. The Food and Drug Administration does not cover the liability of supplement brands simply because they are not proven to treat, cure, or prevent any known diseases. They don't want any smoke either. So, you know, big surprise. Government always looking out for it. Okay, so now let's get into why are they doing this? Why are they doing the stores? Why the products like this? What is going on? I honestly believe they're on to us, and I'm talking about the people that are anti-MLM. And what I mean by that is we have cornered the online market. You cannot go anywhere online without okay, Margaret, get it together. Without typing the Monate hashtag, Herbalife, Sensi, Arbonne, Avon. It's hard for me to list all this trash at once. Hey guys, editing Margaret here. My camera had crapped out on this moment, and yes, I know this is a beautiful picture of me, but my point with the hashtags was simply this. You cannot type a hashtag in without seeing anti-MLM content, whether that is from an Instagram creator or someone shouting out a YouTuber or someone in the comments explaining their experience. You cannot leave anti-MLM behind now. I mean, it is just in the forefront, and a lot of times it's on the popular pages. So that's what I mean when I say that we conquered the market. Big reason why you guys love this content so much, because you hate to see people be taken advantage of. And now that you have these physical stores coming into play, that I haven't even gotten to how they do the upline and how they recruit people and everything. The video would be so long you would get bored. But all I'm saying is that you care about what's right. You care about ethical business, especially for small business owners like myself. You know right from wrong, and you know sugar from salt, and this is mad salty. And with that comes the rush of anti-MLM, comes the rush of the algorithm pushing out the content that actually matters, and it makes it hard for people now to swindle. Of course, they're selling some things that probably don't even have Herbalife products. I completely agree with that. However, we know what they're promoting on the back end. There's no one in there to tell them, oh no, don't do this. Have you seen the income disclosure? Have you seen this? Have you seen that? It's great that we cornered the online market, but damn, now we gotta, kind of see what's going on here. And think about it, Herbalife, the company, probably hasn't had it easy either. I mean, what was it, last year they had to pay $140 million to China just because of a bribery case they had going on? I think the cards are falling. I think the cards are falling, and I think it's just. I think it's right. I'm gonna link the documentary down below. What Herbalife has even done with Latin America is just so incredibly, It makes me very angry. It makes me very upset. But I want to leave you with this. You do what you will with your money. If you want to support these business ventures, that's on you. But just know the back end is very dicey. I mean, they can't even advertise. They're not supposed to even have it to where people can see what's going on from the outside. No open and close. Keeping Herbalife logo under the radar. And that's per Herbalife's instructions. I don't know, man. Doesn't sound like anything I would really be into. Support the brick and mortar small businesses. The people that work with wholesale products, the people that create products, the people that have e-commerce and then working as a single parent, the people that are part of the service industry. A lot of things to me, and I don't know all the ins and outs, but this introduction is not a good one. Maybe I'm wrong, but this doesn't look good. Like I said earlier, anything new in the area is always going to get a bunch of boom because it's new. You know, you're tired of seeing the same boring places every day. You want something new. So I understand why these places boom, because it's a market that's never really been tapped before, but it's a market that wasn't tapped because the online market is dying. People know the truth because people care about ethics. And at the end of the day, I don't give a damn what you want to make as your business, but always make sure that it is ethical, it is just, and it is right for the consumer on all ends. Not these low-key studies with liver damage and hepatitis, not having to operate low-key, not even being able to advertise correctly with your business, all in the name of a company that will throw you under the bus in a second. So like I said, you guys do as you will. I love you very much. Thank you so much for listening to this somewhat deep dive, but I was just honestly curious. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I'll be sure to link my socials up here somewhere. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you next time. Peace.